Hello everyone. So we have studied that heterotrophic nutrition is of three types. First is holozoic, second is saprozoic, and third is parasitic. Okay, so here we are concentrating on holozoic nutrition. The holozoic nutrition completes in 4 steps. What are the 4 steps? First is ingestion of food, second is digestion of food, third is assimilation and absorption, or rather absorption and assimilation of food, and the fourth is egestion of food. Absorption, as you know, that is, it is a simple process of taking the food in. The taking the food in can be by any mean, like it can be taken by mouth, or it can be sucked, or it can be taken by pseudopodia, or it can be taken by any other mode, whatever it is available with the different type of animals. And once the food is taken inside, the food is complex substance. Now it may have complex molecules like carbohydrates, like starch, or proteins like the keratin protein or the muscle protein, or it may be some other type of protein. Okay, now we may not require these substances in the as the whole, the same form, so we have to break it into the smaller components, and the components of the food which are found here, they are known as nutrients. So the first thing is the complex food has to be broken down into the simpler nutrients, simpler basic molecule, that is nutrients. And these are like, for the proteins it will be amino acid, and for the fats it will be fatty acid and glycerol, and for the DNA and RNA it will be pentose sugar or ribose sugar, like pentose sugar, ribose or deoxyribose sugar, and the 5 different type of nitrogen bases, so adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine or uracil, and then phosphates. Okay. Vitamins and minerals need not to be digested, they are taken in the as a whole, whatever way they are available. Okay. So this is the process called digestion. We will have another more lecture on digestion. Just now we are concentrating on holozoic nutrition. And the third is absorption, that is the nutrition is that, sorry, digestion is taking place outside the body. It may be into the alimentary canal, or it may be in the surrounding. So these nutrients has to be taken inside the body, inside the cells, or inside the cellular materials. Okay. So that is called absorption, and then utilization of these for the various purposes, that is called assimilation. And at the last, that is, there are undigested substances which are there, they have to be removed. Okay, so that is called egestion. So the 4 steps of holozoic nutrition, I'll write here: holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition completes in 4 steps: number 1, 2, 3 and 4. First is ingestion, simply a process of intake of food. Intake of food, remember it is food, not nutrients. The food is complex substance, so it is different from nutrients, so it is only intake of food. Second is digestion. Digestion is breaking the complex food into the simpler molecules which are known as the basic molecule. Like for carbohydrate it will be sugar, for proteins it will be amino acid, for fats it will be fatty acid and glycerol, for nucleic acid, that is DNA or RNA, it is pentose sugar and nitrogen bases and phosphates, and vitamins and minerals need not to be digested, and water as a whole will remain in the same form. Third is intake of these nutrients, so यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं, that is breaking of complex food into their basic units. Okay, that is, third is absorption. So whatever digestion is taking place, that is not reaching to the cytoplasm right now, that is either in the food vacuole or in the surrounding or in the digestive tract. So it has to go to the cytoplasm of the cell. Until there, it goes by a process called diffusion. Okay, so diffusion is required. We will study the 2 type of diffusion, that is active and passive diffusion. And the fourth one is egestion. Egestion, that is removal of undigested components of the food. There are certain amount of substances in the food which will not be digested, so that has to be discarded out. that is called digestion. So the 4 steps of holozoic nutrition, I think, is clear. It is very simple. That is the holozoic nutrition in which the digestion is taking place inside the body. Holozoic, the process, the name holozoic stands that where the food is taken as a whole and digested inside the body. Very important thing is that the food is digested inside the body. Okay, so I think it is clear what is meant by holozoic nutrition and what are the 4 steps. We will better understand this by taking an example of amoeba, how holozoic nutrition take place in amoeba. So let us talk how holozoic nutrition take place in amoeba. So I'll put the heading here, holozoic nutrition in amoeba. So one thing is clear, that is the amoeba have holozoic nutrition. Amoeba is not parasite, and we all know that amoeba is unicellular organism and it is found in water. So what is the food for amoeba? Amoeba's food are eggs of other organisms. It may be larvae, it may be dead cells of other organisms, sometimes algae, etc. Dead cells of other organisms, like there is a fish going and some whale bites it, so number of blood cells will come out. So these cells may come in contact, so the blood cell may be food of them. Okay, or some other cells may be food of amoeba. So this is what are the food. Now let us take an example of amoeba. So this is my amoeba. Okay, there is a nucleus. Now every time I am not going to make nucleus, it is understood that nucleus is there. Okay, we will make the nucleus in last, we will place it, because every time I place it अच्छा नहीं लग रहा. So what is this? Is amoeba, and now our amoeba goes ahead, and when it goes ahead, suppose it comes in contact with a dead cell. Here the dead cell, I can change the color of dead cells of some fish which is there. Okay, so let's make the cell also, nucleus, sorry. Now what happens? No sooner amoeba comes in contact with the food, it will form pseudopodia around it. So here our amoeba makes pseudopodia around it. Okay, and this is the nucleus, and our food is of purple color. Okay, so this is how amoeba is making pseudopodia around it and surrounding the food. Soon the pseudopodia will join together. And they form a food vacuole. So let us make a food vacuole. And the food vacuole is formed here. And the purple color food particle is here. And yellow color nucleus is here. Okay, so this is a process called ingestion of food. What is happening here? Ingestion of food. Ingestion of food by pseudopodia formation, and ingestion of food by pseudopodia formation is known as endophagocytosis. So this is known as endophagocytosis. Intake of food by pseudopodia formation is called endophagocytosis. Now what will happen? Now amoeba is unicellular organism. It doesn't have digestive system like we have got mouth, esophagus, pharynx, stomach and other parts. Amoeba doesn't have all this thumb jump. So what will amoeba do? Amoeba will digest the food in this food vacuole itself. So amoeba is going to digest its food in the food vacuole itself. So here the food, and the food vacuoles will be surrounded by a large number of lysosomes. So these red colors are lysosomes, and we all know that lysosomes actually contains digestive enzymes, and this is food vacuole. And the food is there inside. Okay, now what will happen? The food vacuole will secrete the juices, the digestive juices or the enzymes rather, and the food will start digestion. So this was the first step. Ingestion was the first step. Now the second step is digestion. Digestion of food. Where is it? It is digesting inside the food vacuole. So since the digestion is taking place inside the cell, it is called intracellular digestion. Intracellular digestion. And third important thing, what we are saying, the digestion is taking place only and only by chemical process. There is no mechanical process involved. There is no muscles, there is no teeth, there is no other mechanism, no force is applied. Food is digested chemically. So the third important thing, which will be, I can write it upside, that is chemical digestion. Okay, see the God's plan, how food is digested, how things are done, managed with one single cell. So now our amoeba is come here, the digestion is over a period of time. It will take some time, maybe 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 5 years, depends on what kind of food it is taken. And as the food is being digested, the same time the nutrients will diffuse into the cytoplasm. Lysosomes are gone and the diffusion is taking place. So the nutrients are moving into the cytoplasm and the leftover food is only this much. And this is the nucleus. Here we forgot to make nucleus. Okay, so this is absorption. Step number 3 is absorption. How is absorption done? By diffusion. That is, the nutrients are the dissolved nutrients, the micronutrients, that is the basic molecules. They can easily cross the membrane and they will move from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration. So this is diffusion. No energy is required for diffusion. No energy is required for diffusion. So this is next step and the last. Once all the nutrients have been absorbed, the remaining waste will be there. Undigested substances, they have to be given out. So what happens? The vacuole will come in contact with the cell membrane somewhere. So suppose the vacuole is come in contact with the cell membrane at this part, and this is the nucleus, and the undigested substance still in purple color that have come out. So here the vacuole is giving the waste out, hence it is known as exophagocytosis. Exophagocytosis. So that this fourth step, that is digestion. And कैसा हो रहा है ये? Exophagocytosis. Exophagocytosis. ठीक है? So this is how holozoic nutrition completes in amoeba. All the process will take place in one single cell and it completes in 4 steps. That is, first is ingestion, second is digestion, third is absorption, fourth is egestion. Food is digested in the vacuole. Making of vacuole and taking the food inside is called endophagocytosis. Digestion inside the cell is called intracellular digestion. Since it is done by the enzymes which are chemical in nature, it is called chemical digestion. Absorption is done by diffusion, and undigested substances will be given out by exophagocytosis. Again, the vacuole is coming in contact with the cell membrane and busting out and throwing the waste out, and the membrane will join together again. So this is a simple method. So holozoic nutrition completes in amoeba in 4 steps, and these are the 4 steps, and these are the important thing. So you must know what is endophagocytosis, you must know what is exophagocytosis, you must know what is chemical digestion, you must know what is intracellular digestion, you must know that how the food is absorbed, and what is chemical digestion and where it is digesting and all. Food is digesting inside the cell, so it is called intracellular digestion. In our body, food will be digested outside the cells in the alimentary canal, and that is why in us the food is digestion is extracellular digestion or intercellular digestion. In all those organisms, saprophytes, which are digesting their food outside the body, that is in the open surroundings, they have, this is called extracellular digestion. So I think it is clear what is meant by intracellular digestion, extracellular digestion, chemical digestion, mechanical digestion, exophagocytosis,